In this video, we're going to focus on how you can create a Likert scale in chart.js for like this. To do this, the first thing what we need to do is to make sure we go to chartjs3.com, getting started, scroll down and copy this boiler template. Once you did that, you're good to go. Next, if you want to have the source code of this video and many others, check out my Patreon page. And of course, got a question, put it on Discord. So what we're going to do now is start to figure out this one very similar to this, or at least this horizontal bar chart here where it floats to the position we want it to. So the first thing I'm going to do is convert this into a horizontal bar chart. So go down here in the options, say index axis and swap those two. So I'm going to say here this will be Y instead of X. That would mean that this one will go here. There we are. Next, what I would like to do is having some different items. In the sample here they have like different benefits. So let's put in something here very straightforward. I'll just say here step 1, step 2, and to make it very easy, step 3. So there we are. I'm going to remove all access, save that. There we are. Now let's start to put in here. To make it very simple as well, I'm going to use only 3 colors and 3 items. So for example, what we're going to do here first, a data set. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to create a new data set. Say constant, and let's say this will be the votes, let's say positive. Or let's start with negative. We go from low to high, makes it easier to follow. And then curly braces, but I already had the curly braces copied, so I'll just keep it like that. And then what I will say is for the negative, this is the color, so I'm going to delete everything else. We only have 3 values, so I'm going to leave that for now, and everything else is here fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, say here, this will be the negative value, negative. And then here, we're going to create what we call an object. So in this data, curly braces, and then in here, I'm going to say the Y, and the Y will be what exactly? We can pinpoint the exact Y by saying step 1, so it needs to be a string value that's matching, or else it will be value 0, basically it's index 0, it's one or the other. So I'll just say step 1, and then we say here for the X value, this is an array, this is creating the floating bar chart, where you can say if it's negative, let's say negative 50 to negative 5. And then what I will do is just copy this, or copy this entire item and paste it one more time. So we say here step 2 and step 3. For this one I'll say here 15 and this one 25. So you have a few differences. So once I did that, I can copy or remove all of this. But what I will do is I'll be needing a few more data. So what I will do is just copy this for now and do another one. I will say here positive, positive, and I say here normal or average, whatever you want. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is for the positive, I'll take the green color, that is this color here, for the positive. So make sure you have the colors already. And then I'll say here for the average, that will be the yellow color, that is the third one in the line. Put it there and there. Alright, make sure that this is a solid color. So now I can just delete everything else here. But what I will do for now is just say negative. That's the one that we prepared in advance. That should be all set up. Alright, so right now it looks fine, but we're not done yet. What I would like to do is the scale. As you can see here, it starts at I guess 100 and all the way here to 100. So what I will do here is on the X scale, we're going to say here minimum negative 100, max will be positive 100. Save, refresh. Alright, so you could probably remove that if you want, but I'll leave it as it is. You can see here this has this border skipped, and that will be applied to every one of them because of the bar chart. We have to do an adjustment on that, but I'll do that later on. So here for the normal, it will basically just follow this. Then we can say here 15, 25, and let's say this one will be I guess 5, whatever, doesn't really matter. This will be 15 and this one will be 25. So now it should match normal together with the negative. So if I save that, refresh, there we are, but you see it doesn't go on one line. And let's fix the border skip. So the border skip could be done here by saying border skip false. You could do it like that, but I don't recommend this. Not sure if it's really clear. I'm not sure about that, but what I could do here is what's probably easier. I probably won't be able to see this. This is the positive. Should be in here. My bad. Now you can see there's a border on both sides, but to make it easier, we can just put it in here. It's less redundant and it will just be applied to all the data sets unless specified differently. There we are. Now it's being applied to all. And then what I want to do is the positive as well. So to add positive, we have to make sure we have here something positive as well to contribute. But it will be 15, 25, and then here again 5, and then this, I guess 27, 30, 30. Let's save that. Alright, so that works. Now, how do we flatline it? Because it needs to be on one flat surface, or it needs to be matching. So how do we do that? We go here on the Y scale, because basically what happens is, by default, it will just make space for it. I don't want that space being calculated on the Y scale. So what I'm going to say here, Y, or sorry, I will say here on the Y scale, stacked will be true. Save, refresh. Now they're nicely stacked. However, one thing I will warn you, do not use stacked on the X scale. If you do that, you will have this gap because it will calculate 15. So what happens is whatever 15 plus the 15 additional, it makes a 15 pixels of white space or 15 values of white space before it will start to show. So don't do that one, or else you'll get such a weird effect. This is the way it should be. And there we are. I think we are really similar to this. Maybe we could make it even a bit more appropriate. 60, 33. I think you get some differences. You see everything changes. I had here all these the same number, but if we have it all differently, there we are. That looks a bit more appropriate, like a Likert scale, and that's it.